the next graph looks like this. It looks similar to what our free fall graphs looked like from that. So what's happening here is the position. It starts at the origin, goes up where this peak is, the velocity is 0, and it goes back down to the origin. So it's going up, the velocity hits 0 and comes back down. So for the velocity versus time graph, because this is a positive sloped line, this is positive, and then where the velocity equals 0, the velocity graph is going to hit the origin, and then this line is negative sloping, so this is going to be in the negative direction. So what this is going to kind of look like is this starting at the origin, just kind of going up and down in the positive direction. So it's just kind of like, it'll just go up and come back down. The next graph is this. So this position graph, it starts off at a positive constant slope, and then there's no motion, so it's just going to be constant for a little while. So the velocity is 0, and then it's going to decrease. It's going to start off more negative and get less and less negative. So what that means when it comes to velocity, it's going to start fast and then start to slow down. So that means the velocity graph for this part, the constant positive slope, is going to be a constant positive velocity. And then because this constant line right here means no motion, so it means that the velocity is 0, it's going to go down and be a constant velocity at 0 for a little bit longer than this part over here. And then from here down, it's going to decrease. So this is going to be this line from here to here. And because this is getting less and less negative, it almost looks like it's going to continue up into a parabola. So it stops at 0. So that's why this line stops at 0, because the velocity at this point right here is 0. So what this is going to look like, it's going to move. It starts at the origin, move in the positive. Well, it starts positive, becomes more positive, stops for a little while, and then heads towards the origin. So what it's going to look like is it starts positive, gets more positive, stops for a little while, and turns around and heads towards the origin, and then the graph ends. Okay. The next one is going to be this position time graph. So this one starts really steep and begins less steep. So it starts positive, heads down, hits the origin, and then just becomes a little negative. So what happens is when right about here-ish, when the velocity hits 0, the velocity versus time graph is going to hit 0. So this is going to start, the position graph is going to start fast, and then it's going to slow down. Again, like I said, so the velocity versus time graph is going to be a decreasing slope. Like it's going to start fast, and then it's going to get slow. So what this is going to look like again, is going to start positive, come down, hit the origin, change directions, and go negative. So it's going to start positive, it's going to be fast, hits the origin, and then it slows down. Alright, the next graph then is going to be this. So the position versus time graph looks like this. And what this represents is, so it starts at the origin. It's like the free fall again. It's going to go up, so it's going to be in the positive velocity. Okay, at the top of its peak, the velocity equals 0. It comes down. At this point right here, where the graph hits the origin, means it's going to change, the velocity graph is going to change directions then. So where this mark right here, that means the pink line right here is going to change direction. Again, like over here, it is going to change direction. the pink line is going to change direction at this black dot right here, as you can see. And then at every peak of the black graph, the position graph, the velocity is going to be 0. So what it's going to kind of look like is it's going to start at the origin. It's going to start at the origin, go positive, come back towards the origin, go negative, come back towards the origin, and then one more time it's going to go positive and then head back towards the origin.